So I'm riding this Pivot Mach 5.5 and I've just climbed up Antelope and upper Bitterbrush, and now we're going to do the clockwise part of Nelson. That gives a nice flowy downhill run after we climb back up a little bit.
This Mach 5.5 is the Pro XT XTR 1x11 build. It has a Fox 36 float on the front, 26.5-inch wheels with Maxxis Minion DHF 2.6 tyres on the front, Maxxis Rekon 2.6 tyres at the rear. It has a 1146 rear cassette, DW Link suspension, XT brakes and Thompson dropper post. It has a very comfortable seat, a very comfortable cockpit with Pivot's own brand items.
It's Kerry and I'm doing something different today. Today I'm demoing the Pivot Mach 5.5. It's part of the Sports Garage Pivot demo that's currently running out of Lyons today. And I've got the 5.5, and later today I hope to take out the 429 trail as well. And I'm going to take this up Hall Ranch, go up Antelope, do a loop of Nelson and back down Bitterbrush, and see how this bike climbs and how it descends through the rock garden. I'm not going to give you all the specs on the bike. You can find those out quite easily by looking at the Pivot website. So the suspension is fully open even though I'm climbing. This is Antelope. So the bike's 27.5. It's got some pretty meaty tyres on here. I can tell that the suspension is very active, though at the moment, pedaling up, I'm noting a lot of pedal strikes. Perhaps I'll do better to lock this into trail mode for climbing. I think switching into trail mode helped. The bike's bobbing around less on me now as we go up this trail, and I've had no more pedal strikes. Ooh, climbing. One thing you may notice is that I've been experimenting with my gimbal positions. I have a new gimbal, the Evo SS, and first ride was not very successful with it. That's my Flash of Gold ride. Then I changed it on the chesty mount, but I thought it was somewhat bouncy. So then I tried a different position on the strap of my camelback. And while I like that position, it was very convenient. I found the gimbal was losing its lock when my pack would bounce around on my back when riding technical terrain. So that wasn't so successful either. So I'm back to the chesty mount, but I think I've got a much more secure, less bouncy fitting now, and we'll see what this is like when we come down through the Bitterbrush rock garden later. One thing I have noticed with the 1x11 gearing on this bike is that the jump to the largest cog at the back is pretty large, and I feel like I'm missing the in-between ratios that I get when I'm on my 3x10. So I think I'm currently on the 42 at the back. If I jump to the 46, it seems too low, but the 40 is too big. Saying that, I'm currently on the 46. Nearing the end of this climb, and my legs are tired already. Alright, that's the top of Antelope. Oh, look at that, that's cool. Need some tools. Alright, so I'm on the upper part of Bitterbrush, the section above the rock garden. Now we start to climb. Yes, I'm going slow. Can't tell if it's the bike or me. Probably me. Oh, a bit of both. This bike feels heavy, but it is a big bike. Big wheels, big fork, and I'm a terrible climber. I get there, I just don't get there very quick. The trail is a very definition of loose over hard. Hard packed with a fine layer of ball bearing decomposed granite. The bike I'm riding is a large. I'm 5'11" with a 32-inch inseam or thereabouts, and this bike's almost a perfect fit for me. Whew. Climbing. I say that a lot, don't I? Probably because I spend so much time climbing. One thing I noticed with this 1x11 on this Shimano XT setup It's a lot firmer than my current setup, which is the last of the 3x10s. Gotta say, when Shimano did 10 speed, they really did it well. Not totally convinced on this 11 speed. I'd be real eager to see what Eagle is like. Eagle might have the gearing I'm looking for these days. However, saying that, this bike is getting me up this hill. So I guess as riders we can be a little finicky. I've ridden my current bike for about 5 years now, so we get stuck in our ways. I know how it works and sometimes how it doesn't work. Right, the bench is the top of Bitterbrush. So we carry on climbing, not at the top yet. Now climbing wise, the bike just climbs. It's got these big meaty rubbers on the wheels and they just grip tenaciously on this dirt. Climbing up, I do not feel very powerful, but I don't have my Garmin in front of me, this being a demo bike, so I don't know what kind of speed I'm doing, and perhaps I'm climbing quicker than I usually do, which is why it feels harder. Getting near the top, there's a slight down, another climb before we get to the top. So this is the first of 2 tops on Nelson Loop. Good view of Long's Peak that way. Alright, this is the top of the ride. Alright, hopefully not too many people coming up. Hey, this bike feels a little more bouncy than mine. Mine stays on the ground a lot more. This seems to like to launch. Also, I've run out of gearing. So I would be running this with a 40-11 on my bike, but this one tops out at a 30-11, which frankly is just not big enough. I want more gears. I've run out of gears. Coming out of these little gullies, I'd say the bike accelerates pretty well. Oh, thank you, have a good one. Well, something was pinging there. That was the Nelson Loop. Now back into Bitterbrush. So there's going to be a lot of people coming up here. Good. Lots of pivots out on the trail today. No surprise there. The time to do this trail is in the evening as the sun is setting. Then you get it to yourself. And I've run out of gearing again. These may be grippy tyres, but you can still slide the rear wheel around the corner. Oh. So many pivots out on the trail today. I'm getting a bit of wash from the front wheel. I'm guessing that's the slack geometry. I say this loose over hard now. It's making the corners a bit more of a challenge. I'm just going to plough through the rocks, see what this thing does. And we stop again. So many people.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and so many pivots. Put in. It's Sunday morning. Ooh, good.
Doing some good video.
Oh yeah.
Where can we see it?
YouTube. Colorado biking.
Colorado biking.
Yeah. Morning.
Morning.
It's just a procession this morning.
Hello.
Morning. You too. Do we have some openness a little bit? There you go. Pivot, there's a million pivots on the trail. There's about 50 people ahead of you. Oh yeah. Thank you. Okay, that was a lot of people. A lot of people. There, we're back to top of Antelope, but we'll continue on to the top of Bitterbrush. I can already tell that this bike is fast on the downhill, even though I would know that the Fox 36 would need some tuning on some of those stutter bumps. It's a bit rough coming down, but the back end feels very plush. So I've got to make sure I don't go too fast through the rock garden and kill myself. One thing I just noticed, no saddles are very much a personal preference item, but whatever's on this pivot is pretty comfy. Oh. Alright, so I'm at the top of Bitterbrush, about to descend the rock garden. Although remember, these brakes are a little different to mine. Haha. Okay. Right, thing with the rock garden, you need to know the lines. See if I can remember the lines. Right. Oh, I just messed that up. Too slow, too slow, too slow. Stop going slow, Kerry. You need to go this way. Up here. up this rock, down that rock. I'm going to go this way. Down these rocks, down that rock. Choose some rocks, any rocks, lots of rocks. And then I'm going to go this way. Another way is to ride up here. It's kind of a cheating line. And then come down. Up. But preferably not do what I just did there. Oh, perhaps I won't drop off that way. That was easy. That was the wrong choice. That was deep. Woo. Thank you. And I dropped the chain. So much for freaking one buys being you don't drop. There we go. This way. Okay, I've lost all my speed. Can we get it back? Big drop. Oh, I forgot you can go down that rock. I don't come to haul enough. Oh, good to bite that. I usually don't clear that on my bike. You too. Okay, guess the tyres aren't that grippy. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Have a good day.
There.
And we're at the bottom. Okay, so I'm on the road. So my thoughts on the Pivot Mach 5.5. Interesting bike. I'm not convinced on the Shimano 1x11 setup. The 1146, the range is just not there. I want a taller top gear, but I can't sacrifice the lower gear. I think Eagle will be okay. The range is definitely there. I do like the 1x shifting though. It does simplify matters. The bike is not immune from chain drops, as we found out. Bike seems to climb pretty well. Certainly it climbed everything I pushed at it. So interesting bike. I'll have to look at my times later and see how they compare. But I can't do a straightforward comparison. I can't look at my times coming downhill for instance, because there was just so much trail traffic today. Very busy. And here we are back at the demo place at Stone Cup Coffee.
I hope you enjoyed my rambling thoughts on the Pivot Mach 5.5. Click on the subscribe button to get updates when I post new videos, and click on the links below to see more information about activities I've done. See you on the next trail.